In today's video, we'll be going over 3 different Half-Life 2 beta themed maps for Garry's mod. Be they basic, different, or detailed, I think these will be good to add to your maps collection. Starting off, we have GM Beta Terminal by Jack Ingoff. This is a very recent map that's currently on the workshop front page. What I like about this map is that rather than taking one of the leaked maps and working on top of it, it takes the concept of those maps and blends them together to form this original yet familiar design. The map basically retells the train station terminal area with a few enterable buildings and quite a decent playing space. This isn't a RP map, so I wasn't expecting this to be very big either. Mr. Ingoff wanted this map to be mostly centered around the 2001 era atmosphere with some 2002 era elements blended in, and I think he's done a very good job at accomplishing that. The map features one hell of a dark and gritty atmosphere that beta fans like myself live and breathe for. Out of the many beta themed maps on the workshop, which are mostly ports, I think this one outranks them all. Visually, it's not as heavy as the next map we'll be looking at, but it sure does enough to implement a fantastic atmosphere. Jack certainly has the talent as a mapper to create good-looking maps like these, so hopefully, just hopefully, we might see more from him in the future. Next is RP Interval by Kent. This is from 2022, and basically it takes a huge chunk out of Dark Interval 1.2's City 17 maps and plops them into one single RP map for Garry's mod. Performance-wise, this is a very demanding map. It is absolutely huge and filled with so much details. The map features a lot of the city streets, dark alleys, the Manhack arcade, all sorts of interior areas like apartments, warehouses, workshops, and underground tunnels. What I say about this map visually is basically what I always said about Dark Interval's overall design philosophy. Again, it's great that this doesn't use any of the actual leaked maps as a foundation, but rather tries to create something from scratch. You can call it a map that is heavily inspired from the beta Half-Life 2 concepts. While both Raising the Bar Redux and Dark Interval's design philosophies are fantastic, they also are a little common too. I feel like Dark Interval, and subsequently this map, have the dark and gritty dial turned up to 11. It does a fantastic job at letting you know how absolutely desolate and miserable this world has become. Another thing of note is the 3D skybox the map has. Even though the map itself is very large, the 3D skybox with the amazing looking citadel further implements this idea of being trapped within this dystopian nightmare. The underground areas in the map feel very claustrophobic and sometimes even scary. I loved how it represents all the Zen flora taking over the less used parts of the city. Overall, this is a fantastic map where you could probably spend hours living out your wildest dark and gritty fantasies. Lastly, we have RP Fin City 17 Beta Old by Finzone. Finzone has actually uploaded quite a few beta maps on the workshop, but my personal favorite of them is this one. Now, if you want something authentic and basic like the actual leaked maps, this might be your best choice, because this is a straight up port of the original maps, but what I specifically like about it is that it takes most of the City 17 maps from the 2001 era and stitches them together to form this one singular RP map. As a consequence, this makes the map very lengthy to travel. This map has the train station terminal area, the industrial area, the console cast area, some bits and pieces from test maps, and the construction site. The only issue I have with this map is that the citadel is placed in a very strange place. If you've played through the actual 2001 maps, you'll find this little error a bit jarring. Because where you usually expect the citadel to be in the skybox, it's not there. The map also features a few interior areas as well, but they're not as detailed as the ones in the previous maps. I guess that's appropriate if this map is supposed to be emulating the 2001 era. But overall, I think rather than downloading a bunch of different beta map ports, this one RP map might be your best bet to experience these in a single map. But yeah, these were a couple of beta maps I wanted to showcase in this little video. Hope you find them enjoyable. Thanks so much for watching, and a big thanks to these benefactors for supporting the channel. Nicholas Go, Imperial Embers, Unusual, T-Boy301, Tombstone, Jack5282, Taiwanesium, Bubba, Quiltman, 501st Clone Boy, Interloper CS, TTG, Robocop, Noel, Nobody Important, Franco Senlehi, Cheeseburger, Justin Imbergriff, Tedosaur, Otakan Nachos, Lamdre, Roadkill, Walter, Hobgobbies, No Click, Geode, Fisher Grice, Hawk Assault, Mistress Paban, Jelen, A Normal Street Lamp, Tiervar Droid, and Bipolit. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.